Welcome to the Mill Brook Railroad, and we're on day 3 of removing the Shady Pines Railroad here in the barn with all the equipment. And previous video, we got some comments about the C40 caboose and how it's a toy box caboose. Well, actually, this is my actually moment. But actually, we're going to show you something. It is not actually a toy box caboose. It's very similar, though. This was scratch built in Canada, and underneath Shady Pines it's the old Mill Brook Railroad caboose. I've owned this before. I traded this caboose for my snowplow, and yeah, it's interesting seeing the old reporting marks for Mill Brook on a piece of equipment again. I'll have to touch up the brown paint. I've got this color sitting in a can at home. I'll just touch that up and put MLBK on the side. So it went from St. Calix to Canada, Quebec, to the Mill Brook Railroad under a different owner, because I had another person helping out at the railroad who stored equipment there. He sold it to me after he got out of the hobby and decided to focus on other things. I traded it to Richmond Mountain Railroad for the snowplow. Then Tony bought the Richmond Mountain Railroad. And that's where all the West Coast Rail came from, and where that's how this ended up here, and some of the other equipment. So that's now coming back to the Mill Brook Railroad. It's interesting how things kind of come around again. It's a small community, the live steam community. I didn't realize it said Shady Pines on one side and SPRR on the other. Huh. Tony liked this caboose because it was short and it fit the railroad. He bought this caboose and built it up from a kit, Titan Trains kit, and it never really fit the railroad. It was just too big, whereas this one here is just the right size. Something to be said for a bobber caboose. They're kind of nice. All right, you want to see inside? There's an interior. It's got furniture in the caboose. This is the way that Paul Brunet built this. Of course, Paul is no longer with us, but it's a fitting tribute to him. Very creative guy. An interesting little thing there for you. Let's get back to pulling up track. Now, the part of the railroad we're pulling up today is the logging branch. That's the line highlighted in yellow there, right at the center of the screen. We've already gotten about a third of it pulled up. We're going to work on more of it. Probably another third. We'll see how far we get by the time we get to the end of the video. So we start out of the old carriage barn with the climax in the middle, an engineer's riding car on the back, and a gondola up front. The gondola up front that holds our tools, and it's positioned perfectly so we can load track panels on it, because we are going up the switchback. work site. We're about 4 panels in here. I'll just show you real quick. So here's what we did last time. We took the trestle out and we pulled up that whole branch right there. So now we're working on this next section of track right here. So we'll pull it up from here, up around the curve. And we'll see how much we get today. We might make it down to the end of the logging branch, maybe not. What do you think?
Check out this kink.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
I'm amazed that trains stay on through this.
Well, they don't really.
The distance from here to here and the distance from here to here is like at least a quarter of an inch.
Wide then narrow.
Yeah. I'm amazed that this is not where it derails. It derails over there, where it doesn't look this unassuming.
It looks pretty janky down there too.
It's not as like obvious as this is, though.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to me, at least.
Well, it's all coming up.
Yep. Yeah, and then you just rake it over.
Well, we pulled it up. Well, Eric and Jared pulled it up, and we've got ties left. My camera malfunctioned, and we missed all that footage.
It wasn't much exciting,
but it was something. It would have been nice, nice time lapse. But we'll get time lapse for the next piece.
The next section is the really photographic one.
Yeah, that's when you can get a time lapse from down there.
Yeah.
All right, so Eric and Jared just realized that this is tamp sand right here. So the story with this sand is when Tony built this branch, he didn't cut into the hillside much as he added to the hillside. This was stuff that he took out when he made that branch that went under the drawbridge. So I misremembered in the previous video. This was the most recent branch put down, and the previous one was actually the one under the drawbridge. But anyway, you know how memories are sometimes. Not exactly accurate, but
Fickle things.
Yes. Well, time to pull up these wannabe ties and emotional sport ties.
That's a tie? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that's a tie right there. Isn't that wonderful?
I thought our ties were bad.
Well, you know, they all get that way eventually. Yeah.
Hey, rails to trails.
And oh yeah, yeah. Look at that. This is rails to trails.
Unfortunately.
It's ridiculous.
As much as we gripe about them, here we are doing it.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh well.
We are doing it on behalf.
But we're doing this so that another railroad will thrive and grow. So there we go. However, yeah. I mean, this railroad came from the ashes of another railroad. So yeah, the Shady Pines Railroad, much of it came from the Richmond Mountain Railroad. And the Richmond Mountain Railroad is no more. That was in New Hampshire. So, so here's a piece of history for you. The Shady Pines Railroad was this big because the Richmond Mountain Railroad ceased to be. And so Tony rebuilt the entire Shady Pines Railroad with rail from the Richmond Mountain and then built more onto it. So that's how we ended up with the logging branch, which was, to be honest, pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, no.
Brutal to operate, though, but pretty cool.
I'm going to miss it. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss whacking my shins on between those trees.
I'm not going to miss that part.
No. It was an interesting line, though.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this track, it's good enough that it could be mainline going around the back end loop.
Oh, it absolutely could be.
What do we call that curve?
Turkey foot?
No, the one to the bridge. That's what I'm saying. This should be used for.
Oh, the one to the bridge. Oh,
Yeah.
the mule shoe curve.
Mule shoe curve. You got one. Yeah.
Mule shoe as a nod to the East Broad Top.
Ah.
So
I'm saying rail this big and heavy going around a curve like that, that'd be the best place for it.
yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
the mule shoe the opposite the Hershey curve?
Hershey curve.
Hershey curve.
Hershey curve.
They're Hershey. Are you hungry?
It's in Pennsylvania, okay?
Are you hungry per chance?
I would like some chocolate. Hershey chocolate, not really.
Yeah, let's go to the Hershey curve.
I remember when they invented chocolate.
I thought that was on the Pennsylvania Railroad opposite the horseshoe curve.
I think maybe?
I think that's what the mule shoe curve is. I'll have to look it up.
I thought it was on the East Broad Top, but I could be
Someone in
mistaken.
the comments will correct us.
Yes, we'll definitely be
There are people from
corrected
PA
in the
better than
comments.
I.
I will be embarrassed if I'm wrong on a question about the Pennsylvania Railroad. It's what I model in HO scale when I'm not doing this.
You might be thinking of the Allegheny Portage.
No, the Portage is another track.
Yeah, I know.
It goes up where
it's-
Mule Shoe was, but it's actually the inclined plane goes under where that curve was. If
Oh,
you look on a map.
okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm going to back the engine up about 5 more panels.
We
Yes.
should unload this down at the bottom and then come back up.
What do we got? 4 here?
There's 4, yeah.
Okay. Hang on a minute.
That wasn't a good sound.
That sounded like a skate.
I'm running over a branch.
No, we're pulling up the branch.
Oh, there is a branch right there.
That train car is now pointed towards me.
Well, that's an unfortunate angle.
I probably shouldn't have just talked about it. I should have been like, huh, a branch. Let me remove that before we derail this load of 4 track panels.
Yeah.
Would you like to take the camera and I'll re-rail it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, hold on. He's about to re-rail it. Are you re-railing it or am I?
You're going to need both of yours to do it.
Okay. I'll do the lifting.
Okay.
I don't think I can straddle lift it like I normally do. Not up here. Let's see if I can just... No. That's... Forgot. Steel gondola.
Yeah.
Oh, I can straddle lift it. Oh, man, that's heavy.
You're on.
Donkey Kong.
The view that the camera has is the view that every 7 1/4 inch railroader wished they had when putting the train on.
Well,
Your
after a
view
while,
when you're re-railing it is something like right here, and you're like, all right, where are the wheels?
Not even that. Typically, you're just like, all right, I'm going to feel around until I either pinch my fingers or I'm back on.
Are we clear to go?
Yeah, we're clear.
The branch has been sufficiently snapped at this point after 4 axles went over it.
Crunchy.
That board might hit that tree.
No, it's clear.
Wow.
You're clear. This is why we don't run logging articulateds here.
Have to throw the brake on while you're still powering.
Yeah, you got a power brake.
Yeah.
I do like these banjos, bro. Hey, can I hop on with you?
Sure.
Ooh, real train now.
Unhappy noises.
You have all the real railroad sounds going on.
Unhappy train noises.
Just wait till you put brakes on your train. Here, come on there.
Hit the bridge.
That is something.
Did you hear the flange squeal coming off of that?
Sure did.
Been coming off for 3 days.
Yeah, I know. It always was with any engine.
Yeah. Even the 17 was never really happy on this grade. It'll do it better than this does, but only because of the controller.
Yeah, the controller actually lets it use all of the power.
Right off the end of the track.
too coarse. Too high a gear.
All right.
Unwind it because it's stripped.
Yeah.
Maybe loosen it. Try that. Hold that. Maybe the angle grinder. You keep putting it on, don't you? Or are you putting it off?
I'm taking it off.
No, I'm just confused.
Aren't we all confused?
Even your phone is confused.
My phone is sending Morse code.
Here, grab one of the other screwdrivers.
That is tight.
I don't know if it's really good code. Maybe someone can comment on that. I think it's the letter R.
No.
Short, long, short.
Did. That's 2 letters. A-E.
Yeah, E is a dit.
Yeah. Did is A. Alright. Loosen that up a little bit. I think it's just under so much tension.
Yeah. I knew I was trying to turn it the right way.
And the angle's weird too.
That's now. Do you see why I've got the comically long bit on it?
I got it. That's got something stuck in the head. There's no way I'm going to get this loose.
That's fine.
You already have 2 done. I mean, we can just pull the joint bar apart later.
Well, we're almost there, so.
Yeah.
I'll take that screw out while I'm doing this.
He said it's got stuff in it.
No, that one.
I'd love to, but it's stuck. Something about tension of the joint. This is going to spring out like nobody's business.
Yeah. Do the full size thing.
Yeah. When it does that, look out.
That ant is going for a ride. I think I saw him get flung off. Sorry.
The end of the wrench has a hole in it. That's not going to work.
That's not the end of it.
Aaron is the man with a plan.
The ant nest is under the joint bar.
Oh yeah, we've been seeing that.
Yeah. It's in the joint. The ants make their nests in the joint and it makes it hard to take the joint apart.
Ew.
I don't know why they would find the joint to be a pleasurable place.
I mean, how often does this railroad get run?
Got a 5/16 in here?
Not in that box. In the
What's the 5/16?
plastic tote there is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, a quarter. I'm kidding.
like half of the ones in there are 5/16 we discovered yesterday.
Not half of them, like 90% of them.
I really did not plan the bits that went in that crate very well. I also didn't realize that, 80% of them were the same bit size. It is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Some ties will have never been there to begin with.
Some ties have salamanders under them.
Ooh. You can catch that one, guy.
I wonder how much propane it takes.
Right next to the tree. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. This one looks like it must have been fun to put in.
I can just knock the brake off.
Man, must be nice having brakes on a train.
It is nice.
It's almost like they've been telling him to do that for a while.
The ironic thing is that the locomotive itself doesn't have any brakes on it. It's only the riding
flat
car.
car behind it, yeah.
I was like, so the locomotive will hold itself, right, Aaron? And he's like, nope, no, it won't.
So if you slide that out of the two joints that you're standing on, back towards the end of the branch line, there are enough joint or screws removed that it'll come out.
Oh, we already did this joint.
Yes, this joint
Yes.
is done.
I was like processing what Aaron was saying, but not
I
really.
get my foot out of the branch and pull up the branch line.
Get your foot out of the branch and pull up the branch.
Is it foaming if I watch a railroad get torn up?
I suppose. Hey, wait a minute. We're missing something.
Oh yeah, those might be important.
Yeah. Let's remove those two screws.
Require
I think they're in the bucket.
Drill.
The box.
Screw removing the device.
Yeah, screw removing device.
a screw remover. I have that.
That was an oddly loud phone.
A screw remover?
Squirrel?
A tournevis?
Tournevis? Yeah, you tournevis this way, and it removes the screw.
A tournevis that way, and it puts it back in.
Yes. Who was the actor that did that all the time? The one that just went, yes.
I don't know.
I know the name, but I can't remember it. Wow, that was...
This is a hammer drill.
They're fast.
It removes things.
Or strips other things.
Yes,
it also
does a lot of stripping.
Case in point.
Yeah, just leave that one.
It's
There's a lot of stripping. Does this... No, never mind. I'm not going to make that joke.
Oh my goodness.
Eric is going there, folks.
Eric is fueling the comment section.
Hooray!
Congratulations.
Hooray.
Canarculations, you've didn't it.
Did you pull out the wrong set of screws?
No.
No. This is the right set of screws.
Okay.
All right, it's your turn. My drill, it's going away from me.
No, it's fine!
There we go. I didn't have a good...
And Jared has
See
the
them.
last word.
It's done.
I don't think I'm gonna... Let me just...
I can already see that box going down the hill. Can you relocate that?
I think I will.
Thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
We've already had our incidents. Oh, yeah, so this one's...
Oh.
Look at that, the tree. And that, you're going to have to take that bit and
Oops.
make it
I
shorter.
think that I'm going to break the
Your cribbing, the cribbing is coming undone.
The cribbing has met Jared. We're gonna go get another screwdriver. No, not the drink, though. One of those sounds good.
I think we're fresh out of orange juice.
I was about to say, yeah, that sounds good right about now.
The screw gun doesn't have a battery. You're wasting your time.
I didn't say that I wanted to get another drill or screwdriver.
Screwdriver. I told you we're out of orange juice. But I think we got Phillips milk of magnesia. You can have a Phillips screwdriver.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Wow, this is loose enough I can just hand untidy it.
There might be one or two of those like that.
I feel like I'm gonna do the splits.
Maybe he just never put this one together. Because that's 2 for 2 right there.
Oh, wait. We're gonna do the same on this
We're
side?
going to do 3 for 3. Hey, Eric.
Yeah, I know.
Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Yeah, I know.
And just think, Eric was trained as a mechanic.
No, I wasn't.
Come on, let's just go with the myth.
I just did that entire joint by hand.
I
except for
interned
this
at a
guy.
bus diesel shop for 2 weeks. I don't think that qualifies me as a mechanic.
Unfortunately, this doesn't fit.
Rip it right out.
It really would, though.
Whether the screw
The
wants
joint
to
would
or
be
not.
apart.
nuts. Meanwhile, back at the previous joint.
Yeah, I'm still here. Hi. Gonna film my struggling.
This is what Eric looks like when he's on the struggle bus.
Yep. I want to be in the bus.
So get on the struggle bus. I think we've been on the struggle bus this whole project. Oh, yeah, 70s funk song. Get on the struggle bus.
All I can think of is Fantastic Voyage. Aaron knows which song that is. Do you know that one?
No, I don't.
Only reason I know is because I had to play it at least twice a week on the Rich and Woody show.
Oh,
They love that song.
I might know it to hear it, but I don't know the name.
I can't sing it because
No,
I'll
don't,
probably
don't
get...
bother. Don't bother. Save us the
demonetization and the copyright strike.
Yeah, and the misery of hearing disco.
There's a bluegrass version of it, I think.
Of course there is.
There's a bluegrass version of everything.
There's a bluegrass version of Crazy Train.
I actually like the bluegrass version of Crazy Train.
You can actually understand the words.
He's not saying olive oil anymore.
Olive oil?
Olive oil!
Well, I got the laugh part anyway.
Oh my god.
Maybe that wasn't Ozzy laughing. It was everybody else. He's saying all aboard.
I know he's saying all aboard, but if you listen to it and you're like not paying attention, it does sound like olive oil. There's a compilation of things.
Let's just we're gonna
move on to the next topic.
Put that into the topic of misheard lyrics.
I love that genre. I love watching music videos with misheard lyrics. Can I get this out now?
Like Benny Lava.
That's a classic.
Yeah. Struggling much?
Yeah, this
You
one.
need a hand?
Yeah, that one screw just doesn't wanna. This screw must have come from the Erie.
It has a strange Lackawanna.
It has a strong,
It was an eerie Lackawanna.
It has a strong Lackawanna.
Okay. It didn't come from the Erie, it came from the DL and W. Yes, that's Phoebe Snow, and she just came in on the Erie.
This is a bucket.
He's struggling with something, and all he had to do was unscrew it with his fingers.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yay! That was a yay because he succeeded.
See, this is when I wish I had the two soundboard buttons, the Price is Right winning theme and the Price is Right losing theme. Bum, 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 bum.
You didn't deserve that
No,
time.
I know, but I still wish I had the button.
Look, a brand new tie.
So it is.
Probably the newest tie on this railroad.
Unused.
Unused.
It even has the
unlocking
sticker.
and kind of depositing old ones.
He got it from... I have no idea where he got it from. It's ground contact, though.
It's Pro Wood.
Excuse me. Can you move the broom?
Track panel coming through. As he knocks ties off it. You might want to just put that one upside down.
Even.
I'm just gonna...
Hold on, you're gonna lose the screw.
Oh, jeez, yeah, I did lose the screw.
My goodness.
I got
The screw came out when it impacted.
I knew I had a couple of screws loose.
You might want to put that one upside down.
Yeah.
It'll support the next layer better.
It had more ties in it when I picked it up, by the way. Just saying.
I'm just going on the condition it's currently in.
Like a javelin.
Watch your feet there.
I see that. down. This one's gonna have to move up. Right. Spear the locomotive.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's clear.
No, it's not.
No?
No. Another 2 inches. That's good.
Ow.
Oh, careful.
Well, like I said, it's a little easier to navigate with 2 people.
That one's falling apart.
Yeah.
You want to straighten out that tie there
Which tie?
that the panel is jacked up on? In the middle that you just walked past twice?
This tie?
Yeah. That came off that panel you just put on.
Oh.
But don't drop it.
Okay.
It's not like I can reach you. It's really narrow here. There, that'll lock the load together anyway.
Can I run this one down?
You have one more panel and then we're done.
Yeah.
Oh, is that one unscrewed?
No, we gotta unscrew it and then this is our last panel for the day.
Oh, okay then. Okay, back that way I go.
I mean, we can release the brakes and move it forward about 5 feet.
Are you saying I can go ahead and back up?
Yeah.
Which one?
Chugs forward, walks backward. Really is the definition of go ahead and back up, everybody. Oh my goodness.
You cleared the joint.
So I went ahead and backed up.
As Jared demonstrated by chugging forward while walking backward.
Yeah.
Is that just spinning?
No, you're going now. Well, Eric struggles with that joint. We'll walk along the rail trail.
I made an interesting realization.
What's that?
If he had routed the track on the other side of these trees here,
Mm-hmm.
and stayed roughly on the other side of this tree here, we would have actually had a more level approach to the bridge.
Yeah. Would have been less of a hill.
And then it could have just come right in here, because it actually goes down from where Aaron is to here,
Yeah.
and then it continues down onto the bridge.
It's actually quite a steep grade down
Yeah,
from where I am at to where you're at.
it's interesting.
Because I think you're taller than I am. And,
Is that the case? I don't know, I'm 5'6".
okay, you're about the same height somewhere around there. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm significantly above you. And I'm not quite at the summit yet.
And Aaron's not holding the camera at eye level either,
Yeah, it's not at eye level.
so
Well, anyway,
it is interesting.
yes. And you can come back here and take a look at the progress we've done over the last couple of days on this branch line. There was a lot to remove. And there's still a lot more to remove. These piles, for instance, they've got to be taken out.
2 cinder blocks, piece of flashing in the tree stump.
Yep. Yep. Lots of stuff.
I wouldn't call Tony a tree hugger necessarily, but he didn't put any screws into any trees, which I was kind of amazed by, because it looked like it was fastened to those 2 large pine trees.
But it
and
wasn't.
It wasn't. It was just wedged in very well.
Eric is not going fast enough to make that grade. We're not going to tell him though. He's going to struggle more up the grade than he would have otherwise. You got to power through the dip and be going as fast as you can at the dip to really make that next grade easily. Otherwise it pulls a lot of current and the traction motor gets really unhappy. Traction motors.
That didn't sound good.
Sounds like it derailed. Hasn't even made it to the switch point yet.
I come about 6 more inches through that joint.
Well, hold on.
Oh, you're putting it on the track.
Yeah. I already know why. All the weight's on that end. Can you lift up those tracks and push them towards me a little bit?
Sure.
Just the top one. It needs to lift up because of that board that's in there. Alright.
How's that?
I'm gonna get it.
How's that? We need to go up higher.
Yeah, these top ones.
Shove this one further back.
Yeah. That might be too much. Right there. It's over top of it.
You're clear.
I don't want to go the other way.
Oh. Well, you're extra clear.
I need an idler flat or something, but I'm not going to fit in that switchback if I do.
No, you're not. That's leaning over a worrying amount. Wow. That's good. Set the brake.
I'm filming, I swear.
Side first.
Yeah, make sure the ties line up with the black piece metal there. Yep.
Oh, I see.
It locks it in so it doesn't slide off the trailer.
Yeah, I see.
Cool. It's like a troll. It tells you what's going out. Third row, sorry. Didn't mean to pull you like that. Oh,
It's got to go over further.
Can it go over further?
Yeah, I can.
hang on.
You can just throw that in anywhere.
Cool. There we go. Did it.
Oh, look at that.
Is that gonna fall off?
No.
It'll be. Oh, the tie might.
Apparently not, but it's coming off anyway. Whether it wants to or not. Termination.
I mean, all of these ties are going to have to get pulled off eventually.
Upside down closest to me. Upside down in the middle. Screw ball in the corner pocket.
May not poke the spare tire with a rail.
That would be appreciated.
You only kind of sort of need it.
You only need it when the other ones go bad.
Hopefully the other ones don't go bad at the same time as the theory.
Yeah, I noticed that. What do you do if you have two flats at the same time? I mean,
Then you call AAA.
Over a nail. Or
a
several
line.
nails.
Several nails? Yeah, at that point I think my tires on my car are also messed up.
At that point, it's sabotage.
Yeah.
Or is that sabotage?
Sabotage?
Yeah.
I like sabotage.
Sabotage to the people. First time I heard the word sabotage, I looked at it and said, sabotage? What did I say? I was 6.
So does that make a saboteur a saboteur?
Yes, actually. Well, it's a saboteur, but
Exactly, that's what I said.
But I knew what that looked like.
I guess I just kind of away the rest of the train.
except for the gondola.
Watch your fingers.
Good question.
Anyway, this car is going to Jared's house because Jared bought it.
Yes,
So it's a nice car.
it is a beautiful car.
Yeah.
Nicely painted on the bottom.
Yep.
It looks like bare metal, but this is actually painted here too.
Yeah.
And
No, that's
This
actually
is-
bare metal.
this is painted or something.
No.
Even gray like that?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Well, it might be
It looks like it's powder coated.
some kind of
Like,
coating.
specifically from here to here, you can kind of see where there's like a little gel in there.
I don't know.
That might be Loctite actually.
Yeah. I think they're Tom B trucks.
Might be.
Yeah, we're gonna keep the main line down. long enough to get all the cars out of here, which means I need to build storage at the Mill Brook Railroad. So, more to be done here, but it'll be a couple of weeks, I think. So thank you for watching this little saga of pulling up the branch lines anyway, the Mill Brook, or at the Shady Pines Railroad. And we'll be back here at some point soon. Possibly in a couple of weeks. At least for me, in a couple of weeks. We'll see how long it takes me to edit all this. There will be more from the Shady Pines Railroad. This thing is on its knees trying to climb this hill. This is not an underpowered locomotive. This is a seriously steep hill. So if you'd like to see this content right as it comes out, right as it's edited, go to patreon.com/Millbrook Railroad. That's where paid members get early access to videos and other exclusive content. And if you'd like to help us out in a way, like buying some of the equipment we make in the shop, locomotives, cars, and accessories, then you can go to our website, millbrookrailroad.com, or send us an email and ask us what we have available that's not on the website, because there is some of that too. So we'll see you in the next video. Oh, you got it?
Yep.
Cool, thank you.